Hello everyone, welcome back to just that 5 minutes Sabbath School summary. We are not at the lesson 7, Worship in War Zone. Our memory text is taken from Matthew 6:33, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. We have two questions that will summarize this lesson. Number one is, what does it mean to you to seek first the kingdom of God? How does that principle shapes your daily life? What seeking the kingdom of God means in the context of the lesson, seeking God means prioritizing His will and rule over all earthly powers, temptation, and self-interest. It means recognizing that you are living in a war zone and deliberately choosing the side of the Creator. Prioritizing allegiance or worship, it means making true worship acknowledging God as Creator and Redeemer. The central activity of your life, this is the right to counter the enemy attempt to steal your reality through idols of wealth, power, or self-gratification, or as symbolized by the worship of the beast in Revelation. Choosing obedience over comfort, it means being willing to suffer inconvenience, loss, or persecution for the sake of God's commands. The example of the three Hebrew in Daniel 3 shows that seeking the kingdom means refusing to compromise God's law even when the furnace is hot. Living the Gospels, it means actively participating in the everlasting gospel, Revelation 14 verse 6 to 7, by the reflecting God's character of love, truth, and righteousness to the world. Seeking the kingdom is an active mission, not a passive hope. Number two is, think about the times you have neglected time with God because of more important matters. Why is this so easy to do, and how can we fight against it? Why it's easy to forget God? Neglecting time with God is easy because we confuse urgency with importance. The demands of daily life, emails, deadlines, alerts are loud and have immediate, tangible consequence. Time with God is quiet, and the spiritual consequences of neglect are slow and cumulative. We prioritize the visible, immediate crisis over the invisible, essential foundation, the illusion of self-reliance, by focusing only on urgent human effort or the second best plan. We subtly begin to believe our success is due to our own strengths, not God's blessing. This subtle idolatry of self causes us to postpone getting daily orders from the commander. How to fight against it? Fighting this requires making time with God non-negotiable and integrating it into the core of your day. Schedule of the commander first. Treat your time with God as the first non-negotiable appointment of the day. This prevents the world noise from stealing your best time. Practice daily stillness. Take short moments during busy times to be still, as Israel was at the Red Sea. This is a vital intentional pause that breaks the cycle of self-reliance and reaffirms your dependence on God. Tie prayer to productivity instead of separating God and work. Pray before high-stress tasks. This transforms the urgent matter from the distraction into an occasion for worship and reliance, making God your active partner in the war zone of your life. This week's lesson focuses on the principle that allegiance to God or worship must always take precedence over human effort and earthly urgency. Even in times of crisis or prosperity, the study centers on key moments when Israel already dedicated themselves to the Lord during the conquest of Canaan, Covenant verse or Joshua 5. Before engaging the enemy, Israel was commanded to perform circumcision and celebrate the Passover. This showed they relied entirely on God's covenant and redemption, prioritizing spiritual preparation over military readiness. Altars and oaths on Joshua 8. Joshua built an altar and wrote God's laws on stones in Mount Ebal. This action performed mid-conquest remind Israel that loyalty to God's law is more vital than warfare. The stones serve as a visible safeguard against human forgetfulness. Presence over possession on Joshua 18 state that Joshua interrupted the land distribution to establish the tabernacle of Shiloh, is affirmed that God's presence among his people is the central source of blessing and must remain the focal point of their entire nation life. The lesson teaches us to seek the first kingdom of the God. We must fight the modern day temptation to neglect time with God in favor of urgent demands. To worship is the continuous intentional renewal of our commitment, reminding us that God is the true commander and our victory depends solely on his power. Thank you and God bless.